Chapter 45 of the Dao De Jing. Dao pronounced like Dao and now, the like Dao, Jing like Jing, turns our ordinary sense of excellence inside out. What looks finished, full, straight, skilled, eloquent, the chapter suggests, may not be what genuine completion actually looks like. The original text, in classical Chinese, Da shèng yu kui, kai yang bu bai, da yíng yu chōng, kai yang bu qióng, da zhai yuok, da kao tu zhuō, da bidan juo ni, zhao sheng han, jing sheng ri, Qīng jing wei tiānxià zhèng. In English, great completion appears flawed, yet its use never wears out. Great fullness appears hollow, yet its use is never exhausted. Great straightness appears bent. Great skill appears clumsy. Great eloquence appears halting. Movement overcomes cold. Stillness overcomes heat. Clarity and stillness set the world right. The chapter opens with a paradox and returns to it 5 times. Great completion appears flawed. The word for completion here, Chinese letter, is the real, total, finished kind. And yet it looks Chinese letter, deficient, lacking, like something is missing. How can the truly finished look incomplete? Think of a master carpenter's bowl, not the showroom piece with every surface sealed and buffed, but the one worn smooth from decades of daily use, with marks on it, the grain showing through, slightly uneven at the rim. The showroom bowl looks perfect. The worn bowl keeps working. It still holds water. Its use, as the text says, never wears out. The chapter is making a claim about the relationship between appearance and function. Things that announce their own completeness have often sacrificed adaptability to achieve that surface. They're closed. They don't flex. They wear out precisely because there's no room left. Great fullness appears hollow. The word Chinese letter here, hollow like an empty vessel, is used for something truly full. This seems backward until you consider it. A person who is full of certainty has no space to receive. A person who seems nearly empty, who holds what they know lightly, who leaves gaps in the conversation, can actually take in more, and give more. Fullness that looks full may be closed. Fullness that looks hollow keeps moving. Great straightness appears bent. Great skill appears clumsy. Great eloquence appears halting. These 3 are the most elegant part of the chapter. The text isn't saying that bent, clumsy, or halting things are secretly great. It's saying that genuine greatness doesn't always signal itself the way we've been trained to expect. A master calligrapher's stroke has a curve to it. Not a mistake, but the natural movement of a practiced hand that doesn't grip too hard. Compare that to a beginner's rigid, strained attempt at a straight line, which looks more controlled. The beginner's, which actually is. The master's, the same pattern holds for eloquence. Great eloquence appears halting. Chinese letter. The most articulate people are often the ones who pause longest before speaking. They're weighing. The one who always has a ready answer is performing fluency, not practicing it. The performance looks more fluent. The practice goes deeper. Then a couplet that stands slightly apart. Movement overcomes cold. Stillness overcomes heat. This is almost a proverb within the poem. Cold yields to activity, to friction and motion. Heat is different. Adding more heat makes heat worse. What breaks a fever is not adding more intensity but stepping back. Stillness, shade, quiet. The chapter is offering tools matched to conditions. But notice the asymmetry, the tendency, when things are overwhelming, when it's too much, is to do more, explain more, add more. The chapter is noting that this is the wrong response to heat. More activity into an already hot situation does not cool it. And then the final line. Clarity and stillness set the world right. Chinese letter is 2 words together. Clarity and stillness, not passivity. Clarity means seeing accurately, without interference from what you want to be true. Stillness means not introducing unnecessary noise into a situation. Together, the text calls them Chinese letter, the correction, or the standard, for everything under heaven. That's a large claim. The layozi makes it in different forms throughout. The quieter presence is the more stabilizing one. What makes this chapter difficult is that it cuts against something functional in how most people demonstrate competence. When we want to show we know what we're doing, we reach for visible signals, thorough answers, smooth surfaces, confident delivery, finished-looking work. The chapter is suggesting that those signals are sometimes the evidence of incompleteness, that optimizing for them is a different project from the thing itself. This doesn't mean performing roughness or making yourself seem deliberately halting. That would be gaming the observation rather than living it. The point is subtler. Actual mastery tends to look a little different from mastery performed for an audience. The harder question, and the chapter doesn't resolve it, is how you distinguish real completion from genuine incompleteness. How do you know whether the apparent flaw is generative or just a flaw? The text offers no test. That may be deliberate. The judgment is part of the skill. What the chapter does say plainly: don't let the appearance of correctness substitute for the thing itself. Don't optimize for looking done. And when a situation is already hot, too much, too fast, too loud, adding more intensity is not the correction. Clarity and stillness, not as states to perform, but as working conditions. Things that look whole can be closed. Things that look hollow can hold more than anything sealed. The next chapter is 46.